From the research complex into the wild, we went beyond these walls. This is the RC Lake, and right here on its bank is where our tiny subjects make their home. We're studying three very different neighbors, ants of the genera Camponotus, Diacama, and Tricameryx, and for this project, we are spying on their foraging patterns. Here's the setup. We take a classic Indian sweet, ladu, and crush it into small grains. Our goal? To see out of all these tiny competitors who can take how many grains back to their colony. Like this Diacama ant here. Look at its determination, navigating the complex terrain of dry leaves, carrying its sweet prize with speed. We're tracking its journey from start to finish. By analyzing who carries more and who moves faster, we're gaining a new understanding of social behavior and collective intelligence. Who knew that spying on small ants with some ladu could tell us so much about the world around us? Right here at our research complex. For 14 days straight, we immersed ourselves in the field, tracking the relentless rhythm of ant foraging. Our goal was to document the exact movement of resources, genus by genus, grain by grain. This wasn't a job for sensors or automation. It required the patient, manual effort of logging every single grain taken on paper, while carefully timing the duration of each trial to ensure our data remained precise. Our daily routine was split into three critical windows: morning, afternoon, and evening, with each session capped at 15 minutes. These snapshots allowed us to see how foraging shifted with the sun. However, as the light faded during our late evening slots, the trails grew quiet. The ants seemed to retreat, leaving us with very little activity to record during those final hours of the day. The work was not without its hurdles. One of the most significant obstacles we faced was the sheer speed and size of our subjects. Because these ants are incredibly small and move with such frantic energy, identifying each genus in real time was a constant challenge, and we had to account for the possibility of human error in those split-second observations. Once the 14 days of fieldwork were complete, we moved from the dirt to the data. We quantified the grains taken by each genus into fractions to analyze their foraging ratios. To ensure our findings were statistically sound, we performed confidence interval tests on the data, allowing us to see the reliability of our observations. Finally, we translated those 2 weeks of manual logs into detailed graphs, providing a clear visual story of the competition and cooperation happening right beneath our feet. As we wrapped up our 14th day in the field, we couldn't help but feel a strange sense of gratitude toward our subjects. Despite us looming over their trails for hours on end, the ants remained remarkably cooperative. And, perhaps most importantly, they spared us their bites. It felt like a silent pact between the researchers and the researched. Looking back to day one, we realized just how far our understanding had come. What started as a chaotic blur of tiny, fast-moving shapes eventually transformed into a complex, organized system. Through the struggles of real-time identification and the rigor of our statistical analysis, we moved past the surface level. We didn't just see ants taking grains anymore. We saw the intricate ratios of a survival strategy. We left the field with the data we needed, but more than that, we left with a profound respect for a world that, only 2 weeks prior, we had barely begun to understand.